Welcome to World History. Today we're going to talk about Chapter 16, The Age of Exploration and Expansion. 16.1, The Scientific Revolution. Main idea. The scientific revolution challenged and changed the way people thought about the world. Scientific revolution. Transformation in thinking that occurred during the 1500s and the 1600s. Caused by scientific observation, experimentation, and the questioning of traditional opinions. Roger Bacon. Roger Bacon was an English philosopher and scientist of the 1200s. Bacon, a Franciscan monk who had studied at Oxford and Paris, was viewed as a leading scholar of his time. He was one of the earliest to favor a system of scientific experimentation rather than faithful acceptance of religious ideas and ancient beliefs as a means of finding truth. Nevertheless, he was shaped by the thinking of the time and mainly practiced alchemy. Western alchemy was really a proto-science that led to the development of modern chemistry and medicine. Alchemy differs from modern science because it includes principles and practices related to mythology, religion, and spirituality. Scientific method. Method of inquiry that includes carefully conducted experiments and mathematical calculations to verify the results of experiments. The steps are observation, hypothesis, experiment, and conclusion. As a result of the Renaissance and a new interest in direct observation of one's surroundings, many new scientific instruments were developed during this period. Among them were the thermometer, barometer, microscope, air pump, telescope, and compass, just to name a few. Geocentric theory is a theory, according to Hellenistic thinker Ptolemy, that the Earth is the center of the universe. I've included a map that was drawn by Ptolemy and then published in Ulm, Germany about 1482. As you can see, the map does not include the Americas because at this time Europeans did not know that the Americas existed as a landmass. Nicholas Copernicus, the great Polish scientist, is viewed today as the founder of modern astronomy. His heliocentric theory demonstrated that the Earth is a moving planet and that it revolves around the sun. Copernicus became a symbol of the new ideas and approaches that brought about the scientific revolution. Heliocentric theory, a theory developed by Copernicus that the sun is the center of the universe. Johannes Kepler was a brilliant mathematician who used models, observation, and mathematics to test Copernicus's heliocentric theory. Galileo Galilei believed that scientific study would change the way people understood themselves and their world. Science, he felt, would lead to higher standards of living at every level of society. He believed, too, that science would weaken the social and economic barriers that separated people. Because Galileo's findings challenged the traditional beliefs of the Catholic Church, church leaders kept him from teaching or writing about his ideas. In 1687, English scientist Isaac Newton published a book building on the work of Copernicus, Kepler, and Galileo. They had shown that the planets, including Earth, revolved around the sun. Newton realized that the force that holds the planets in their orbits and the force that causes objects to fall to Earth are one and the same. He proposed the law of universal gravitation, which states that all bodies attract each other. Newton's work changed the way people viewed the world. No longer would most well-educated Europeans see the universe as a place in which everything moved according to the constant attention of God and his angels. In Isaac Newton's words, no great discovery was ever made without a bold guess. Andre Vesalius, a Flemish scientist, heeded Da Vinci's words and pioneered the study of anatomy. English physician William Harvey made equally important contributions. Using laboratory experiments, Harvey studied the circulation of blood. He described how blood moved through the veins and arteries. He also observed the working of the body's most important muscle, the heart. René Descartes explained that the universe operates in a machine-like way according to the basic laws of physics. His philosophy became the basis of our modern Western view of the universe and its physical properties. Much of Descartes' work challenged traditional church teachings. He was forced to live in the Protestant kingdom of Sweden, where he died in 1650. English philosopher and scientist Francis Bacon lived around the same time as Descartes. Bacon believed that scientific theories could be developed only through observation. He said that no assumption could be trusted unless it could be proven by repeatable experiments. Bacon relied on truths that could be demonstrated physically rather than through deductive thinking or reasoning. In 1620, he published Novum Organum, a book that outlined this new system of knowledge. Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Leeuwenhoek used his microscope to discover bacteria. He called them animalcules. And English-Irish scientist Robert Boyle helped to pioneer the modern science of chemistry. Chemistry studies the composition of matter and how it changes. In 1662, Boyle showed that temperature and pressure affect the space that gas occupies.